here we are. Changed my mind slightly on what lures I brought with me from what I was sorting out the other day. I had another quick think about it. Kept looking on Google Maps. I was looking at like this stretch of water that I'm fishing today. This is the River Ure. So looking at it, I thought there's not much flow. Looks like there's quite a bit of depth. So I slightly changed what I've brought with me. So I'll have a quick look. All I've brought is one big box and a smaller box. So in the smaller box there's not a great deal in there. We've got a couple of like the big S styles, a couple of smiler lures, a couple more smiler. I've brought a few spinner baits with me, the smaller ones, a couple of little spring dogs, and got a couple of fibracks, a couple of maps with us. So those might be my first line of attack. I don't know. Don't even know if there's pike in this stretch. I've been told on good authority there's some good fish in here, but we'll try the smaller lures. You might pick up a couple of jacks. You can usually look at the jacks, tell if they've been chewed up a bit, tell if there's a few big girls in. So we'll probably start with some on them, that sort of size, and then we'll have a second box. So in here I've got my go-to lure, which is the Ure Pike from Weston. Now when I picked this lure up, it comes with, I'll put it that way for you, that one treble at the front and that's it. Now my issue was I kept getting fish grab it at the back and getting no hookups. So I did a bit of filming with a water wolf. You could see the amount of fish that hit it and they were just getting away with it. So I've just added a short piece of wire, and then again I can show you these on another video. It's used for gardening, tying plants up and stuff. It's just really thin wire. Put a loop in it, point it in, so it just sits nicely inside the lure's body. Holds your hooks up out the way. It's landed me a hell of a lot more fish since I've done that. So yeah, I've still got the Loz Harrop, a couple of jerk baits with us. Nothing different really, just less of what I had the other day. I brought the shallow replicants, so again wasn't sure if it was shallow or deep. These will work every depth you want to put them at, so if it was only a couple of foot deep with a bit of weed, which I've seen on the walk up here, cover it with these ones. So again, natural pattern, and again my Fire Tiger, I love my Fire Tiger patterns. So we've got a couple of Western shads in here too, Strike Pro, Savage Gear, Luminox, a couple more, and that's pretty much it. A couple of small crankbaits in here as well. Again, it's got a good rattle in it. Oh, nice bright lure. Doesn't dive very deep, but that's the selection. So I've got my dead bait rods out at the moment. See if anything happens there. What I'll do is I'll work a lure rod around. Sometimes you can stir the fish up, and if you've got a dead bait there, you can get a pick up on that if they're not going to hit the lure. So we'll just see what happens. Yeah, worth noting as well, when you fasten your tackle box up, always just quick check around the rim. If you've got any hooks stuck out, you can, well, I learnt the hard way. I always say it to my children, but if you're like that, I've had it stuck, you know, a nice big 6/0 treble stuck into my hand, and if you're out here on your own, you're going to struggle a bit. So just always have a quick check, a couple of seconds, see if he's out there. So the lure rod I've brought with me today, I've got quite a few to choose from. I picked this one up recently. I won it at a Loch Ken kayak competition. It's a Gunky Ure, not sure on the pronunciation, but it's classed as a heavy jerkbait rod. So it's XH, extra heavy. It's 20 to 60 gram, but I've chucked everything from small spinner baits. I've chucked bulldogs with it. I haven't tried mad dogs, but I've got my other rod which I'd use for that. That is a good heavy low rod. That's a Dave Lum sledgehammer, or it's based on the sledgehammer too. A couple of tweaks with it. Yeah, the reel I'm matched with is just a smaller Coma tournament reel. I've had it for quite a few years. That's loaded up with £90 Power Pro. So put a lower in a snag, I'm going to straighten the hooks out. Don't put it on the reel, obviously. Have a pair of pliers or something around the soft handle and pull it. You'll straighten your hooks out rather than losing a 20 or whatever pound lure you've got on. So yeah, that's my selection. American fishing wire trace made up myself, and the crosslock swivels. They're brilliant, they don't come undone. You get some of the ones where you don't have like the lock on it, and all it takes is a bit of pressure off the lower turn and you can unclip it. Shouldn't lose the lower because of the pressure that way, but as soon as the pike shakes its head, I have actually lost the lower that way. Got very lucky because it floated up a couple of seconds later and I was afloat, so I got it back. But it's just worth noting, you know, double check all your traces, make sure if a fish does twist on the trace it can't undo the clip. So we'll leave that for now. We'll have a cup of coffee and see how the dead baits go. I've just changed this float over, put it onto a sunken pattern, float pattern off there. It's been out maybe about 5 minutes if that, with a bit of interest on it. Fish on. Not much at the moment, but yeah, by the look of it. So absolutely zero fight. So that means when we get him on the bank, I'm going nuts. Bit of a chunky fish. There we go, not bad for the first time out on here. What I'll do, I'll pop him into the sling. Take him down to the water. As I'm releasing him, I'll weigh him on the way down there. A set of Reuben eating scales weigh next to nothing. So I've zeroed it to the sling. That's £13 exactly. Get it straight back. Oh, a boat full of water. There he goes. So, quickly go through what I did differently with the float. Same setup as a float bead, then I've added a run ring and a bead. Same trace as before, nothing different there. But onto the run ring, I've got some light mono, so 6-7 foot in length, and just a tone bomb at the bottom. So then that'll sit the bait up off the bottom a little bit. The bait was trout. Try another trout on this one. So you see some people might hook it in its dorsal fin so it sits that way up, as you can see, but I still just tail hook it. Make sure the trace is good. So when you cast this out, what you want to look for is your 3 separate splashes. You want to see your trout or your bait land, your lead land and your float land. If you all land in one area, one plop, then you could be a bit tangled. Yeah, so today we're fishing on the River Ure. I've never actually fished this stretch before, it's brand new to me. Talking to a guy, told me there was a few pike had come out up here, so never fished the water. What do you look for? Usually you're looking for your ambush point, a bit of cover. So today what I've done is, on this club stretch I've walked to the furthest point I can where we're allowed to fish. So it's about just over a mile maybe I've walked. Picked the top swim. There's not a great deal of cover, but you can see from the margins the water just drops down, so there's a good bit of depth in the river here. So normally what I do, travel light. All I've got is my backpack, my rod bag, my chair. Everything fits into there nice and light. Don't carry too much. So what I normally do is I'll spend maybe an hour in each swim. It's we're back end of January now. It is mild for January, so all thermaled up still, but it's not too bad at all. What else are we looking for? So yeah, normally you want a bit of cover for the fish if you can. So to the left of the swim I've got a couple of trees in the water, so I've got a rod out over there. And when I've first arrived, just casting around with my float, you can get a gauge of like what the river does, how deep it is. So it slopes off, but then it drops off deeper into the middle. So my right hand rod, just as it drops down into the channel in the middle of the river, I've got that rod on there. So changed over like I showed you there. I've got a paternoster on that, so the bait's suspended off the bottom. My other rod is just a float ledger with the bait sat on the bottom. What I'll probably do is I'll probably give it a bit longer in this swim, see if anything comes along. If it does, for me, then the fish are on the move, they're active. If not, I'll just keep stepping down. I'll move 50-60 yards down the river, put the rods out again, give it an hour or so, then just keep moving like that. If you drop on the fish, just, give it a bit longer, see if there's a few more there. Every now and again I'll have a cast around with a lower rod round the rod. I'm only allowed to fish 2 rods on this stretch of river on this club, so bring 1 rod in. So right hand rod's produced a fish, so what I'll probably do in 10-15 minutes, bring my left hand rod in, have a fan cast of the area, cover round my float, see if you can stir anything up into feeding, and then just see how the day goes really. So with the rigs with pike, I might be teaching a few people to suck eggs here. Pike don't like resistance, so when you're setting your rigs up, if you've got plenty of companies make them, like your run rings, nice big bore on them, big bead to stop it from slipping down, and then just have your gear set up on the bank, so as soon as the fish pulls off it's not going to feel any resistance from your rod, your reel, your line. So rods pointing at your floats. On the rivers I usually have my rods up a bit higher just to keep them out of the braid out of the floor. Same reason as why I use heavy braid on my lower rod. If I hit into a snag, I'll straighten my trebles out. So last outing I had to change my rig when I first got here. The trebles were straightened out from a tree stump I'd found at the bottom of the river. So good strong tackle for the pike, but you still want to enjoy the fight from the fish, so nothing too heavy. Yeah, basic equipment as well when you're coming for the pike. Good sized landing net. You see it a lot of the time, people using small landing nets. Get yourself a good 42-inch landing net, or if you're roving about, the rubber mesh. Well, I use the Fox, but the Savage Gear, Gunky, everybody, plenty of choice now. But the rubber mesh ones are 100 times better than your material treble hooks. When you get a pike in there, it does the death roll. You aren't bothered, you easily get your hooks out. Couple of pair of forceps, I always carry two. A good pair of long nose pliers, and I always carry my boat proppers with me. Unhooking mat as well. If you can carry a chair, you can easily put an unhooking mat somewhere, put it underneath your backpack or clip it on somewhere. So yeah, travelling light, I don't carry much terminal tackle. I have my pike bin, my rig bin, so I've got a couple of rigs pre-tied on there. More than enough for a day's fishing. I might straighten out a couple of trebles or something if I get into a snag, like I say with the last outing. So the end one, straighten out treble, and another one on there. At a push I would use that. Straighten out trebles would go into the bait, and the other 2 points would be hopefully for hooking the fish, but don't like using it. That trace will get destroyed. Take the hooks off, bin them, reuse the swivel, but the rest of it will be binned. What else do I carry? I carry a few floats, a couple of leads, bit of line, and that's pretty much it. A couple of lure boxes. I don't carry an umbrella with me if it's going to rain. Good waterproof coat on, waterproof bottoms, and just bunker down and enjoy. But yeah, nice day, middle of January, like I say. It's a whole lot warmer than it should be. It's been mild for the last week, so with a bit of luck the fish will be on the mooch. See what happens.